Tom, you're on the air with Lynn Samuels.
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Okay.
How about David Crosby's liver transplant? You feel that he got it a little too soon, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, Lynn, you got to take it from where it comes from. The guy was a great musician, peace activist, generally a nice guy, perfect liberal of the 70s. There was no shortage of livers for a man like that. They went to the meat market, plenty of chicken livers. Lynn, I'm thinking the bumper stickers in the 70s.
That's what I like, a nasty conservative with a sense of humor.
Lynn, you got to laugh.
I know, I did laugh. It was very funny.
Remember in the 70s?
You really blindsided me, honey.
Do you remember in the 70s, all the bumper stickers used to say, save the whales?
Yes.
I think the appropriate sticker for the 90s will be, save our livers.
Well, you know, it didn't he get it fair? I would just like somebody to
Maybe
say...
he had hepatitis, Lynn.
No, his own spokesperson, it was on the news, his own spokesperson said he needed the liver. What happened to his liver was because of all those years of drug abuse.
Well, I admire at least his honesty.
Well, look...
He can serve as an example.
You couldn't have figured that out. See, now, what I'm thinking is I never liked him that much. I'm thinking if it was like Van Morrison or Bob Dylan, I'd give them my liver, you know.
Nobody's worth that.
Well, I am.
Maybe a kid or something.
Oh, Tom, you mean if I needed a liver transplant, you wouldn't die to keep me alive?
I'd give you half a liver.
Okay, well, half a liver is better than none. Thank you, dear.
Before I leave, the difference between a liberal, a moderate, and a conservative, very simply put.
Yes.
The average person is a liberal in matters in his favor, a moderate about things that don't particularly affect him, and a conservative when it comes to something that would benefit others at his expense.
True. Very good. Call again.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, here's another conservative with a sense of humor.
Speaking of nasty conservatives, huh? Well, I wanted to sort of pick up where we left off last night. Substance of the entire visit. I'm sure any reasonable person in a troubled marriage on the verge of a divorce, which both of them realized was inevitable, the subject would be discussed, and that's all that happened.
Why? Oh, Carl, come on. Really?
Come on, really?
Really?
Really? I mean, why wouldn't Jackie, who probably would have every reason in the world to get even with Newt, tell Michael Daly?
Maybe Jackie said... That no good, bleep, 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 came into my hospital room, and then but maybe she said it in a way that he couldn't print in a family newspaper.
Oh, you read the column, and you'll see.
I did read it.
Okay.
Carl, I'm telling you, Carl, darling, you're going to need a chiropractor. Because the contortions you are going through to make this sound acceptable are no good for a man your age. I don't know how old you are, but no man...
21, and I've already got back trouble.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you better call the chiropractor fast, okay?
Let me just ask you.
Fast.
Do you now accept the fact that there's nothing on the record that says that Newt actually served his wife divorce papers while she was in that
No, I do not. I wish to hear him deny it, and he's never denied it.
Well,
and it doesn't matter. It's the same idea. Stop being so picky.
It's a big difference.
Oh, he's a vicious, miserable little creep. Thank you, dear.
All right, Lynn.
Oh, sticking up for the salamander of the Senate. Well, no, he's not in the Senate. He's in the House. But that doesn't alliterate. The amphibian of the... Well, I'm going to have to come up with something, or maybe Herb will send me a fax.
Okay, since your failed attempt at alliteration 82 seconds ago, I came up with two. The Hydra of the House or the Gila Monster of the House.
Oh, I like Gila Monster.
How's that for quick thinking in 82 seconds?
Yeah, that's very good.
Yes, all that caffeine didn't go to waste. Okay, a few things.
And is that all it is caffeine?
Now, you don't want to get me in trouble.
Okay.
No, it's nothing mind-expanding or altering.
Okay.
Anyway, just a few things on my, alleged mind. How has Rosebud been? I had a dream about her last night, so have you been in touch with her, and is she okay?
Rosebud, otherwise known as Kathy O'Connell, is on WXPN in Philadelphia.
And she's happy?
And she is happy. She is running around with a band called Trout Fishing in America.
I've heard of them.
Really? Well, I'll tell you, she goes, they play, she introduces them. Millions of people come to see her and them, and she's having a great time.
It's funny, everyone this time of year, wants to puke with all the It's a Wonderful Life things all the time and all the channels. But growing up, believe it or not, I first encountered it when she played it on the other station in its original radio version. So I experienced it through her in that version before ever seeing a movie version.
Oh,
of it.
wow. Did you see Saturday Night Live with their takeoff on that about Newt Gingrich?
No,
I
never watched that show. Saturday night I'll listen to E-Town and New Sounds. I'm more into a radio.
Oh, okay.
This is why I called. I don't know the present status of it, but a few weeks or months ago, you said that Jay had made John the president of the show or something?
Yeah, the vice president.
I wanted to know if, number one, I can be bestowed that honor for your show.
I don't do things like
Okay, on a more serious note, how would you like the idea of some sort of official or unofficial fan club for you? With
me?
With me?
Oh, I am unworthy.
With me as sort of facilitator, where we can do a newsletter and you can make personal appearances and we could have beer drinking contests. And I don't know. How do you feel about that kind of?
Excuse me?
I don't know. This popped into my mind. A poet. I'm a jazz poet, so things just pop in.
No. I would be horrendously embarrassed.
You don't want any sort of a fan club?
No, I don't want a fan
club. As long
club.
as the Arbitron is.
Wait,
cool.
Laurie Garrett is here. We're going to find out in the next hour that we're all going to be dead in the next 5 minutes anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's see. What else did I want to say? What other guests do you have this week so far?
Well, we don't know yet.
I'm going to do you a favor.
Believe me, you're all going to be as surprised as I am.
I'm going to do you a favor. Tomorrow, I will personally call the White House. I'll say my agent is Bernard T. Fleshkin. That's a little inside joke. And I'll call in like the Deanna said last night, and maybe I can sway Bill to grace.
Yeah, I wonder how many people did what Deanna suggested, which is to call the White House line and tell them you want Bill Clinton to appear on the air with me.
Some sort of code or a CIA thing to say so you get past
how do I know?
Operator.
Oh, I don't know. Deanna says you can get past it.
Say G. Gordon Liddy sent me.
Yeah, right.
That.
The number is 202 456 1111. I feel if my producer can't get me the president on the air, the least I can do is have my listeners annoy the White House.
Maybe if Denise sends him a picture with a short skirt.
Now, of who? Her or me?
Of her.
I'm insulted now. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you caught me. I mean, I think you're a better jazz poet than I am. I'm anticipating Star Trek, so I'm not up to my peak.
Okay.
Anyway, have a good week.
Thank you, dear.
I'm the unofficial president of your fan club.
Okay,
Bye,
thank
Dave.
you. Of the unofficial fan club. I don't want a fan club. I am now. But you see, I don't suffer from the kind of enhanced, inflated egos that my male counterparts do. You ask, I bet when Rush goes on vacation and he comes back, he doesn't come back and say he cleaned his oven. Well, we're just talking about what a nice person Lionel is. He really is. Cold, snow, and ice, the kind of things which bring a chill to the heart. Brr! You also get a chill from your utility company when you see the cost of heat or Gewalt. Curlin Securities can help you take away the chill and bring a warm, relaxed feeling to your pocketbook. Curlin Securities is offering Lilco bonds. You know the Long Island Lighting Company? They keep the lights on as well as the heat flowing. Well, right now, these bonds have a 10% yield. Holy cow. To maturity and send you an income check every 6 months. Now, that's a switch. These bonds are for a short term of 11 years and are non-callable to go along with their 10% return. Regardless of where you live, isn't it better to get a check from a utility than sending them one? So go to the phone, call Curlin Securities now, and take the chill out of your bones and put a warm smile on your face. Call 1-800-899-9400, 1-800-899-9400. The yield is 10% and it's available now. Bonds subject to availability. Change in price and market fluctuation. Investor may receive more or less if sold prior to maturity. And here's my favorite thing. Member NASD SIP. Call now, 1-800-899-9400. How are you?
I'm fine, Lynn. How are you?
Okay.
I have to comment about your liver transplant theory with David Crosby.
Yes.
I'm a registered nurse. I'm not a jazz poet like Mark. And I can't say I've been drinking coffee like he has all evening, but here it is. I work in an area where there are a lot of liver patients in a large hospital in New Jersey.
Right.
And most of the patients we see are there because they're awaiting a liver transplant or being worked up for a liver transplant.
Right.
Many of the patients that are there as adults are there because their liver is damaged through alcohol abuse or drugs, as well as diseases like hepatitis through blood transmissions and other things. The amount of patients who are adults that need liver transplants because of drug and alcohol abuse is staggering out of the people who are getting transplants. So to say that, maybe David Crosby, he got a liver transplant and other people were more deserving because they didn't do drugs or whatever, we really can't get into that, because if we went into the etiology of every disease, then we'd be saying, should we treat this patient because,
you're right.
picked up this, or should we look at AIDS as a whole and say, but she was just born with it because her mother used crack, etc. We'll treat her, but we shouldn't treat this lady because she slept with someone indiscriminately, and or should we treat this person because he's gay or not? I mean, if
or this person has lung cancer because they smoke. Something, you're right. I'm wrong.
We can't get into that, okay? And as a nurse, we're talking.
What about if I didn't like Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
Well, that's your right, of course. But the other thing is, now, how did he get the liver so fast? That's the question.
You have 20 seconds.
Okay. Many reasons go into how a patient gets a liver. One is a match, as you suggested. You're also right in saying, hey, it's a little suspicious that somebody in the state of California was the only person. We don't know. I don't know if we ever will. But it's highly unlikely that he got that liver because he is who he is.
Good.
I really don't think so. The urgency of how we need...
I'm sorry. Thank you. You're right, though. You are right.
Arbitron's #1 AM radio station in New York, Long Island, and the USA.
WABC, New York.
8 o'clock disease next hour.